It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Eagles and the Rams on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, the beat goes on, doesn't it? A perfect 10-0 to start the campaign.
And it's a good locker room to be in, too. Guys don't show up on game day hoping to win. They expect to win. And so far, they've yet to have a letdown.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out come the Eagles for the first time, and the man in charge at quarterback in his 5th year now, Jalen Hurts.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 16 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
And when you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. Darius Williams will run there defensively. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. You talk about this Rams defense. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
A first down carry for Barkley. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The L.A. offense going to go to work for the first time, and it is the veteran Matthew Stafford at the helm in his 16th NFL season and 4th with the Rams.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. Now a 2nd and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Ethan Evans now. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. We take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns out of the backfield. His numbers are superior to the rest of his peers at this point in the season. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. There's a nice move. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They go play action with Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. To Barkley on the check down. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, Barkley. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Oh, the sneak. It's Hurts. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Barkley, inside handoff. Nifty move. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Hurts rolling to his right. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Here's Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Finding Williams on the check down. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. Stafford now to throw. That is caught. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Now it's Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Stafford. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Deshaun Watson, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. DJ Moore leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, on Monday night, Ravens and Chargers from SoFi at 5:15 local time. Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Rams offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Brandon Graham that came in there and got him.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They run it again with Williams. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Isaiah Rodgers up to make the tackle.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. A give to Williams, running right. And he stopped immediately there. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's 3rd and 7. Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 76 yards. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Hey, when you're thinking about your opening drive in the 3rd quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield. I thought, okay, just sitting back in my chair, let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 15 now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Throwing is Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Now Stafford. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Back to throw, Stafford. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. A throw left sideline, falls incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, the team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And his big night continues on that last run. The yardage there going to move him over 100 yards now for the ball game. Here's Hurts to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley from 19 yards away. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Elliott on for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down at a yard. Here's Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Throwing again is Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. 3rd and 3. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Stafford now to throw. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now it's Stafford. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Back to throw again. That is caught. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown's going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
Throws left side. Atwell's got it. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review of this being. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know that's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And they take a knee. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Philadelphia, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.